Welcome to a new journey of understanding and wisdom on Life Lesson TV. What does it mean to live a simple life? And could such a life bring more fulfillment than the fast-paced, complex world we're accustomed to? There's an idea that has the power to incite thorough introspection. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the hustle and bustle of the 21st century, we tend to equate success with the accumulation of material possessions, accomplishments, and constant activity. We're conditioned to believe that a good life is synonymous with a busy life, filled to the brim with action and excitement. But is this really the path to fulfillment? We're often sold the idea that the more we have, the more we do, the happier we'll be. But let's take a moment to question this narrative. What if the key to a contented life lies not in the more, but in the less? In our quest for success, it's easy to overlook the value of simplicity. The concept of a simple life is often misunderstood, dismissed as a lackluster existence devoid of ambition or excitement. It's viewed as a life of mediocrity, a life lived in the shadows. But is this really the case? Could it be that the simple life is not a step down, but rather a step towards a different kind of fulfillment? A simple life doesn't mean a life without purpose or passion. On the contrary, it's about focusing on the essentials, stripping away the unnecessary, and finding joy in the ordinary. It's about appreciating the beauty of everyday moments and realizing that happiness isn't a destination, but a journey. This is not to say that ambition and progress are bad. They have their place. But so does reflection, peace, and contentment. So does the simple life. It's a life that's often overlooked, but one that holds a wealth of wisdom and potential for true happiness. Is it possible that a quiet, simple life could hold the key to true happiness and contentedness? Let's delve into the life of a man who explored this very idea. A man who dared to step away from the clamor of the world to listen to the beat of his own drum. Enter Henry David Thoreau, a 19th century writer and philosopher who not only preached simplicity, but lived it. Thoreau, a man of great intellect and insight, chose a life that many might see as an anomaly. He sought refuge from the complexities of the modern world in a cabin nestled within the woods. Here, he made a conscious decision to reduce his material possessions to the bare minimum, to separate from the social and cultural world, and to immerse himself in nature. This was not a decision born out of necessity, but rather a deliberate choice. Thoreau was a firm believer in the value of simplicity, self-reliance, and authenticity. He yearned for a life that was free from superficial influences and societal conventions. In the tranquility of the woods, Thoreau found a space to focus on what he truly needed and valued. He worked only one day a week, allowing him ample time to pursue his passion for writing. This wasn't a life of leisure, but rather one of purpose and intentionality. Thoreau's solitary existence in the woods wasn't just about physical solitude. It was an exploration into the depths of self-reliance and introspection, a journey into the heart of what it means to live deliberately. In this enchanting woodland retreat, Thoreau penned his masterpiece, Walden. This collection of reflections and observations is not just a book, but a testament to his philosophy and way of life. In Walden, Thoreau wrote, "I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life." Thoreau's motivations for leading a life of simplicity were not merely about escaping societal pressures or pursuing an ascetic lifestyle. He wished to experience life in its purest form, to confront the essential truths of existence and to learn from the wisdom of nature. He sought to live a life that was rich in experiences, not material possessions. A life that was authentic, not dictated by societal norms. A life that was meaningful, not superficial. In essence, Thoreau wished to live a life that was truly his own. In the heart of the woods, away from the hustle and bustle of the modern world, Thoreau found a sense of peace and fulfillment that many spend a lifetime seeking. He found that by simplifying his life, he was able to focus on what truly mattered and discover the depth and meaning that lie within simplicity. He managed to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, as he penned in his own words. What can we learn from Thoreau's simple life, and how can we apply his philosophies in our own lives? Henry David Thoreau, a man who lived over a century ago, has left behind a blueprint for a life of simplicity, authenticity, and self-reliance. He asked us to question the conventions of modern life, to step away from the noise and haste, and to find our true selves in the quiet corners of our existence. Thoreau's philosophy centers around 4 key principles. The first is simplicity. Thoreau found value in leading a simple life, one devoid of unnecessary clutter. He reduced his material possessions to a minimum and chose to live in a cabin in the woods. He sought joy in the basic elements of life: nature, solitude, and contemplation. In our modern world, where consumerism and materialism often dictate our choices, Thoreau's philosophy of simplicity urges us to question what we truly need and to find happiness in the ordinary and the minimal. The second principle is self-reliance. Thoreau worked for only 1 day a week, choosing to spend his time pursuing his passion for writing. He believed in the power of self-sufficiency and independence. In a world where our worth is often measured by our professional achievements, Thoreau's philosophy encourages us to find value in our own abilities and to not let societal expectations define our self-worth. The third principle is authenticity. Thoreau lived a life true to his beliefs. He separated himself from societal pressures and lived according to his own rules. In a world where we are constantly pushed to conform, Thoreau's philosophy inspires us to stay true to ourselves, to live according to our own values, and to not be swayed by the opinions of others. The final principle is the separation from the influences and conventions of modern life. Thoreau immersed himself in nature and distanced himself from the social and cultural world. He believed that this separation allowed him to live deliberately and to focus on the essential facts of life. In our hyper-connected world, Thoreau's philosophy prompts us to take a step back, to disconnect from the distractions, and to focus on what truly matters. So how can we apply Thoreau's philosophies in our own lives? We can start by questioning our own values and priorities. Are we living a life that aligns with our true selves? Are we letting societal pressures dictate our choices? Are we finding joy in the simple things? Are we spending time in nature away from the hustle and bustle of modern life? Embracing Thoreau's philosophies may not be easy, but the benefits are profound. A life of simplicity, self-reliance, and authenticity brings peace, contentment, and a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. Thoreau teaches us that a simple life is not a lesser life. It is a life of depth, authenticity, and deliberate living. So we return to our initial question: what does it mean to live a simple life? Let's take a moment to revisit the journey we've embarked on. We've delved into the life of Henry David Thoreau, an individual who took the road less traveled, choosing solitude and simplicity over societal norms. He demonstrated that simplicity is not about austerity, but about authenticity. Thoreau's life was a testament to the fact that a simple life is not synonymous with a lackluster one. He chose to live on his own terms, to the rhythm of his own drumbeat, rather than keeping pace with societal expectations. He found richness not in material possessions, but in his interactions with nature, in his writing, and in the quiet solitude of his cabin in the woods. His philosophy urges us to question the societal narratives we've been fed. It encourages us to ask ourselves, what truly matters to us? What do we need to live a fulfilled life? How can we make room for what truly matters? As we ponder these questions, let's remember that simplicity is not a one-size-fits-all concept. For some, it might mean decluttering their homes. For others, it could mean reducing their work hours to spend more time with loved ones. For yet others, It might mean disconnecting from social media to connect more deeply with themselves. Simplicity, in essence, is about creating space. Space to breathe, to think, to be. It's about stripping away the unnecessary, the distractions, the noise, and focusing on what truly enriches our lives. It's about shifting our focus from the external to the internal, from the superficial to the substantial, from the ephemeral to the enduring. In essence, choosing simplicity is choosing to prioritize our peace of mind, our authenticity, our joy. It's choosing to live deliberately, to quote Thoreau, to suck out all the marrow of life. Remember, simplicity is not about having less, but about making room for more. More time, more peace, more authenticity. So, are you ready to march to the beat of your own simpler drum? As we journey towards cultivating a simple life, remember that true reward lies within us, in our growth, our authenticity, and our integrity. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep living with authenticity. Remember that life is a journey. Be sure to visit lifelesson.tv for more.